CIET NCERT presents audiobook Poorvi, textbook of English for grade 7.
Page number 1, Unit 1, Learning Together. The Day the River Spoke. On the right side of this page, there is a QR code. Scanning this QR code will take you to the additional resources about this chapter. Let us do these activities before we read. Close your eyes and quietly listen to the sounds around you for a minute. Question 1. Are they trying to tell you something? Question 2. Do you think the things around you also listen to you all day long? Share your answers with your classmates and the teacher. Janvi was a bright young girl who lived with her parents and 3 brothers in a coastal village in India. Her parents worked on the farm. She had a dream. Question 1. What could that dream be? Question 2. How could she make her dream come true? Question 3. What is your dream? What can you do to make your dream come true? Share your answers with your classmates and the teacher. At the bottom of this page, there is a beautiful picture where the sun rises behind the mountains. Also, there is a beautiful blue bird perching on a small tree. Some beautiful flowers are also there on the picture. Page number 2. Let us read. On the top of the page, there is a picture. In this picture, there is a girl. This girl is small. She looks sad. Tears are falling down her eyes. There is a lizard at the bottom, and there is a parrot as well. There is another bird as well. Let us now read the story. A big, bright tear splashed down her nose, and another. A kingfisher swept down, its wings an arrow of blue in the sunlight. And a green lizard slithered down to the river's edge to bask in the sun. "Dear, dear," said a sleepy, murmuring voice, "what is the matter?" Janvi was startled because she was sure she had been quite alone. It couldn't have been the lizard, and the kingfisher was up in the thicket of bamboo, eating the fish it had caught. It couldn't be the parrots, because parrots shrieked, and this was such a sleepy voice. She looked around her. There wasn't a soul in sight. She was rather scared and wanted to run away. "You shouldn't cry, the voice went on. "And you really shouldn't be scared when you have been coming here to see me every day. Well, almost every day." Before we go on to the next page, let us understand the meanings of some difficult words. The first word is splashed. It means fell in drops, making a sound. The second word is slithered, moved by sliding from side to side. The next word is murmuring, which means speaking in a low voice. The next word is startled, which means surprised. The next word is thicket, a dense group of bushes and trees. And the last word on this page is shrieked, which means made a high-pitched sound. Let us now move on to the next page. This is page number 3. She was puzzled. It was such a voice, like the river. It couldn't be the river. "Well, tell me all about it," said the river, for it was the river. "I've got to hurry to reach the sea, "They won't let me go to school," said Janvi. "I asked my mother, why can't I go to school like Etan and Meena?" And mother had replied, "You're too small, baby. Maybe later." But when she was 5, little Ramu was born, and mother still said, "Maybe next year. Janvi, mind your little brother while I go to the fields." Now she was nearly 10 and minding little Appu, who was the smallest. "They don't want me. They only..." She stopped with a sob. "I'm scared to go to school. I'm so old now. They'll never let me go. But I want to go. I want to learn to read like Etan and Meena." Janvi called her brother Etan. Etan means elder brother, but his real name was Gopi. I want to know why spiders are yellow in yellow flowers, why bamboo trees rustle, why the moon always comes from behind the hills, never the other way, why the baby fish in the field water become frogs, why? Stop, said the river. You make me breathless, so many whys. I can tell you where the moon goes, the river said conspiratorially. It goes down towards the sea. I have seen it. It always takes the same way, over the mountains and down to the sea like me. Let us understand the meanings of some difficult words on this page. The first word is rustle, which means light sound made by leaves rubbing against each other. The next word is conspiratorially. It means secretly. Let us discuss some questions on this page. The first question is, what was Janvi's dream? Was it important to her? Why? Question 2 is, do you think the river can help her in fulfilling her dream? How? Page number 4. Even little Ramu goes to school, said Janvi. Pity, the school isn't by the sea, said the river. Then I could take you along, But I suppose I couldn't really. You would get your feet wet, and that would never do. I'm afraid there's only one thing you can do. Can I do something? Asked Janvi. Well, it's up to you, said the river. Seems to me little girls can do as much as little boys. They swim as fast as little boys. You just slip along one morning and sit there in the school and listen to what's going on. And maybe the teacher will let you stay. I couldn't, gasped Janvi. I couldn't. They would scare me. They would chase me out. The river laughed. You? Scared? The river said. When you are not afraid of the green lizard or of the snake in the bamboo clump, Janvi startled. Or the big trains rattling past that bridge. Trains are noisy. I prefer ships, said the river. Janvi never knew the snake lived in the bamboo clump. What are ships? She asked. Big boats, said the river. So big that they can take hundreds of people, and they sail along the sea with lights that shine all night. Janvi held her breath. Will they come here? She asked. I'm afraid not, said the river. Too large, Chandu's catamaran is good enough for me. Chandu can take you to see a ship someday. They'd never let me, wailed Janvi. Try go to school first, said the river. Remember, it's up to you. Let us now discuss the difficult words on page 4. The first word is clump, which means a small group of trees growing together. The next word is rattling, which means noise made by shaking things. And the next word is catamaran, a kind of boat. And the last word on this page is wailed. Here in the chapter it means complaint in a loud voice. At the bottom of this page, there is a picture in which the river is flowing. Some wild grass is also present in the picture, and the moon is also present. Page number 5. Janvi gathered courage. The next day, she reached the school, panting and out of breath, and stood by the door, listening while the teacher read out the lesson. It was a story about a prince called Ashoka, who became a great king. Little Appu had fallen asleep on her shoulder. She crept nearer and nearer till she was in the back row, squatting with the others on the earthen floor. Little Appu made no noise, and she listened. Where did you spring from, little girl? Asked the teacher. And what is your name? You are new in my class. She's Gopi's sister. Gopi is in the next class, said one of the boys. It's Janvi, said another. So you are Gopi's little sister? Nice lad, Gopi. If you really want to come to my class, Janvi, the teacher had said, we'll talk to your father about it. Don't you worry, we'll find a way. There is a picture in the middle of this page where it is the classroom where Janvi has arrived. The students are looking at her and the teacher is also talking to her. Janvi saw the teacher walking up the steps to their gate the next evening when she was lighting the lamp. She could see her father scratching his cheek the way he did when he was worried, and the teacher was nodding and saying something she couldn't make out. And mother said, "Little Janvi, I shall miss you when you go to school." Girls should learn as much as they want. When I was your age, I wanted to go to school. But your grandmother said, no. But now, I'm glad the teacher came to talk to your father. Page number 6. And Janvi said, "Mother, when I grow up, I'll be a teacher. And I'll go from house to house in our village and ask all the little girls to come to my school. And I'll teach them all that I'm going to learn." And she went down the path between the fields the next morning before school began to meet the river. "I did," she told the river. "I was scared, but I did it. And they're letting me go. I'm going to learn to write my name and do sums and find out why our little fishes in the rice fields turn into frogs." She heard the river's sleepy chuckle. "Come again, little girl, and I'll tell you all about the ships that sail the sea." On the left-hand side of this page, there is a picture of little Janvi, and she is smiling. She is going to school with a book in her hand and a bag on her back. At the bottom of page 6, there is an exercise given. Let us discuss. Complete the table given below with Janvi's questions in column 1 and the river's answers in column 2. Check your answers with the teacher. In column 1, the first question that was asked by Janvi is, why the moon always comes from behind the hills? You have to supply the answer in the second column. Now, the next answer that was given by the river is, little girls can do as much as little boys. Now, in column 1, you have to find out the correct question that was asked by little Janvi. After that, there is another answer given in column 2 by the river. Big boats, so big that they can take hundreds of people, and they sail along the sea with lights that shine all night. Now, find out the question to which this answer was given by the river. And then, in column 1, another question was asked by little Janvi. Will they come here? Find out the answer and mention that in column 2. Page number 7. Page number 7. Let us think and reflect. Read the extracts given below and answer the questions that follow. The first extract is, "You shouldn't cry, you know." The voice went on. "And you really shouldn't be scared when you have been coming here to see me every day." Well, almost every day. She was puzzled. It was such a voice like the river. It couldn't be the river. "Well, tell me all about it," said the river, for it was the river. "I've got to hurry to reach the sea, you know." Now, the first question for this extract is, complete the sentence with the correct option from those given in the brackets. The tone of the river in the given extract is, the two options are assuring or sympathizing. The second question is, select a phrase from the extract which shows that Janvi was a frequent visitor to the spot. The next question is, choose the correct option to complete the sentence. The use of an exclamation mark at the end of the line, "It couldn't be the river," expresses there is a blank here. The first option, excitement. The second option is hesitation. The third option is irritation. And the fourth and the last option is disbelief. Question number 4. Choose 3 qualities of the river highlighted in the extract from the words in the box given below. And the words are affectionate, forgiving, thoughtful, impatient, kind-hearted. Now, the next extract is, "Can I do something?" asked Janvi. "Well, it's up to you," said the river. "Seems to me little girls can do as much as little boys. They swim as fast as little boys. You just slip along one morning and sit there in the school and listen to what's going on. Maybe the teacher will let you stay." "I couldn't," gasped Janvi. "I couldn't. They would scare me. they would chase me out. This was the extract. Now the first question for the extract is, complete the sentence with an appropriate reason. According to the river, there was no difference between girls and boys because fill in the blank. The next question is, identify whether the following statement is true or false. The river encourages Janvi to have faith in herself and fulfill her desire to go to school. Page number 8. Question number 3 for the second extract is, choose the correct option to complete the sentence. When the river suggests that Janvi should slip along, it means that she should move, fill in the blank. The options are quickly, casually, quietly, confidently. Let us take a look at the fourth question. What does the repetition of the phrase, I couldn't, tell us? Now answer the following questions. Question 1 is, why does the writer describe different aspects of nature in great detail at the beginning of the story? Why do you think the writer does this? Question 2. How did the river know so much about Janvi? Question 3. Janvi says, and I am so old now, they would never let me go. What can you infer about Janvi and the school from this line? Question 4. Why did the river laugh when Janvi said she would be scared at school? Question 5. Why should Janvi follow the river's advice? Question number 6. How does the conversation between Janvi and the river make the story more appealing? Question number 7. What is the main message that the writer intends to convey? Let us learn. You have learned that naming words are called nouns and only proper nouns begin with a capital letter. Why has the author used a capital letter for the river even when it is a common noun? And the clue is, has the river been given qualities of a human being? The next question. There are a few words related to sound in the text. Pick the words from the text and write them next to the correct definition. The first definition is, made a high-pitched piercing sound. The second one is, to cause liquid to strike or fall on something. The third statement is, a low continuous background noise. The fourth one is, cry with loud uncontrollable gasps. The fifth one is, to make a soft dry sound like paper or leaves moving. The sixth one is, took a short, quick breath through the mouth due to surprise, pain, or shock. And the seventh one is, shaking rapidly to make continuous, short, sharp sounds. The eighth one is, making a lot of noise. The ninth one and the last point is, made a long, high cry, usually because of pain or sadness. Page number 9. Now, fill in the blanks with suitable sound words from exercise 2. The classroom grew, fill in the blank, as the students noticed the teacher carrying the answer papers. As the teacher turned the pages with a fill in the blank, the children fill in the blank, wondering what comments awaited. Someone fill in the blank in frustration, and the fill in the blank of the students steadily increased. Finally, when the teacher praised the students for their excellent performance, the students fill in the blank with excitement. The next exercise is, the word catamaran is used in the text. The word originates from Tamil language kattumaram, meaning tied wood. Find out the meanings of the following words. From which Indian language these words were borrowed? An example has been given. The first word is karma. It comes from the Indian language Sanskrit. The second word is sahib. The third word is chutney. The fourth word is guru. The fifth word is veranda. The sixth word is jungle. The seventh word is Erica. The eighth and the last word is palanquin. The next exercise is Chandu, the fisherman, has a catamaran that the river preferred to a ship. Given below are some boats that are used in different parts of our country. The first picture is of a canoe. The second picture is of a catamaran. The third picture is of a coracle. And the fourth picture is of a shikara. Now the first question is, which one would you like to travel in? The second question is, make a colorful drawing of a boat that you would like to travel in. Page number 10. Solve the crossword puzzle based on words related to water transport. Let us now understand the suggestions for across the grid. The first one is a large vessel used for transporting goods or passengers by sea. The second one is a small vessel for traveling on water, typically propelled by oars, sails, or an engine. The third one is a flat floating structure for traveling across water. The fourth one and the last one is a boat or ship driven by steam. The next three suggestions, 5, 6 and 7, are for down the grid. The fifth one is a small, light, narrow boat pointed at both ends and moved using a paddle. The sixth one is a boat with a powerful engine which can change direction easily and is used to pull large ships into and out of port. The seventh and the last one is a boat with sails and sometimes an engine used for either racing or traveling for pleasure, rhymes with caught. The next exercise is read the highlighted words in the following lines from the text. She goes down towards the sea. I have seen her. She always takes the same way, over the mountains and down to the sea like me. In the above lines, the words that were highlighted are towards, over, down. Prepositions are words that indicate the relationship between nouns or pronouns and other elements in a sentence. They show direction, location, time, or logical relationships between ideas. Page number 11. Now, fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions given within the brackets. Janvi takes the river's advice and goes to school. On her first day, blank, the prepositions are at, in, on. School, Janvi stood nervously. Blank, the prepositions are in, outside, above, the gate, clutching her bag close to her. The bell rang and she hurried. Blank, the prepositions are outside, through, inside, the bustling classroom. She found a seat. Blank, the prepositions are among, between, from. Two friendly classmates. The teacher greeted them warmly and started the lesson. Blank, the prepositions are about, in, for, numbers. Janvi listened attentively, feeling excited. Blank, the prepositions are at, about, for. The new adventure ahead. The next exercise is read the highlighted words in the following sentence from the text. A kingfisher swept down, its wings an arrow of blue in the sunlight. The word down is highlighted. Words like on, off, up, down can function both as preposition and as adverb. For example, she ran up the stairs. Here, up is used as a preposition. There is a picture given here where a girl is trying to climb up the stairs. The next example is, she rang me up. Here, up is used as an adverb, wherein, in the picture, the girl is trying to make a phone call. Remember, a preposition will always be followed by an object, noun, whereas An adverb will tell you more about the action, which means the verb. Fill in the blanks with prepositions or adverbs. The first is, the cat jumped blank the table. In bracket, fill up a preposition. The second one is, the children played dash until dark. Here, fill an adverb. The third one is, she quickly ran blank the park. Fill a preposition here. Page number 12. The fourth one is, the helicopter was hovering dash. Fill an adverb here. The fifth one is, we were just walking dash chatting. Fill an adverb. The sixth one is, after thoroughly wiping his shoes, she stepped dash. Fill an adverb. The seventh one is, she drove slowly dash the sharp curve. Fill a preposition. The eighth one and the last one is, he placed the keys dash the mat before leaving. Fill a preposition. Let us listen. The first one is, read the words given in the box below. You will listen to 5 people speak about school life. As you listen, circle the words that are used by the speakers. There are 2 words you do not need. Transcript for the teacher on page number 39. The words are lawyer, desks, homemaker, principal, posters, newspapers, marriage, advertisements, careers, books. The second exercise. You will once again listen to the 5 speakers. As you listen, match each statement 1 to 7 to each speaker 1 to 5. There are 2 statements that you do not need. The statements are 1. Promotes active participation for all in school activities. Provide the speaker number here. The second statement is, comments on how school makes learning mathematics joyful. The third statement is, believes in the power of education that leads to freedom of choice. The fourth statement is, shares that school also means companionship. The fifth statement is, understands that boys and girls have different abilities. The sixth one is, persuades the parent to grant permission to attend school. Seventh and the last statement is, believes that learning skills is not gender-based. Write down the speaker number for all the 7 statements from 1 to 7. Page number 13. Let us speak. Dear, what's the matter? You shouldn't cry, and you really shouldn't be scared. When you've been coming here to see me every day, well, almost every day. The river spoke to Janvi in a sleepy voice. Work in pairs and take turns to speak the same sentence in other voices. Some hints are given below. The hints are happy, surprised, angry, scared, sad, worried. The second exercise is, Janvi asks the river for advice and the river gives advice. Read the given situations and work in pairs to ask for and give advice. Take turns to change your roles. Use the prompts given below. Situation 1. You wish to play football at school, but it has an all-boys team only. Situation 2. You have been unable to score well in mathematics due to nervousness during exams. Situation 3. You really enjoy music classes but do not get enough time to practice for it. Situation 4. And the last situation is, you cannot see the blackboard clearly from the last bench. Now, there are 2 different columns given. Asking for advice, fill in the blank, problem, fill in the blank. What do you think I should do? The second advice is blank, problem, blank. Do you think I should The third advice is blank, problem, blank. What would you do in my position? The fourth and the last advice is dash, problem, dash. I would appreciate your advice on this issue. In the next column, the heading is giving advice. Some of the phrases that you can begin with are, I think you should. Why don't you? The best thing to do is, if you were, if I were you, I would, I wouldn't. Page number 14. Let us write. On the left side of this page, there is a beautiful picture of Mother Nature. There is a beautiful garden which is full of a lot of greenery. Some colorful flowers are also there, and the birds are flying. Let us now read. Observing nature. Take some time to observe the world around you. Over the next few days, pay attention to the colors, shapes, patterns, and textures found in nature. Look closely at the plants, trees, flowers, birds, and even the sky. Make detailed notes of what you observe, focusing on textures, movements, and how light plays with these elements. Record your observations in detail and the features that draw your attention the most, whether it's the soft ripple of water, the vibrant flutter of a butterfly, or the color of the birds or flowers. Now write a descriptive paragraph based on what you have observed. Highlight the colors, shapes, textures, and unique details that made an impression on you. Give a title to your paragraph. Now, let's understand some of the ideas and some of the prompts that you can use while writing this descriptive paragraph. The ideas are, what do you observe? How do you feel? Why? What is your message to everyone around you? The prompts are, every day I see, I find it very interesting that, I like dash because dash, I feel dash as dash. I want to tell you that my advice to all is, let us explore the first exercise. Discuss why rivers in India are considered to be sacred and most of them are referred to as female. Some rivers are referred to as male, for example, the Brahmaputra and the Son. The next exercise is whole class activity. The first question. India is a multilingual country and many of us can speak 2 to 3 languages easily. Make a list of the languages that everyone in the class can speak and display it on a chart paper in the classroom. The second question. In which language do you enjoy reading and learning the most? Page number 15. Third question. Read the poster given below and answer the questions that follow. Now in this poster, there is a picture of 5 little girls. They all are smiling bright. They look so happy and they're also learning. One of them has a pencil in her hand and she's trying to write on a register. And the caption says, the happiness of a nation lies in the dignity of its daughters. Let us understand some of the questions now. Question 1. What are the things you can observe in the poster? Second question. Why do you think the girls look happy? The third question. Dignity means self-respect. What is the relationship between dignity and happiness? Dignity means self-respect. What is the relation between dignity and happiness? The fourth and the last question is, how does a nation prosper when its daughters are happy? The next exercise. The government has launched many schemes for the education of the girl child. Some of them are Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Balika Samriddhi Yojana, Samagra Shiksha Scheme, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas, etc. Find out more such schemes from the internet or from your teacher and spread awareness in your neighborhood. At the bottom of this page, there is a picture of some school girls. They're going to school. They are in the uniform of their school, and one of the girls is holding the hand of a little boy. Maybe it's a brother.
Poorvi, you were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of English for Grade 7. Narration Neha Beniwal. Sound recordist Manju Kumari. Production assistant Amarjeet Sarkar. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.